All right, I'll get started here. I'll go ahead and mute everybody to start off with, and we'll take a break halfway through for questions, and then we'll go over the application. Just to introduce myself, my name is George Lorente. I'm the Director of Grants and Scholarships here at the San Joaquin Community Foundation. And just making sure I'm admitting everybody to our presentation. All right, we'll get started. So I'm pleased to present the Community Grant Fund. This is the first time we've provided this funding of this type. And the Community Grant Fund was established in partnership with the Children and Youth Task Force convened by the San Joaquin Board of Supervisors and the San Joaquin Community Foundation. We very much appreciate the support of the San Joaquin Board of Supervisors. I'd also like to send a special thank you to Christine Gilbert, Director of San Joaquin Children's Alliance, in making this grant opportunity possible. The purpose of this grant is to support community-designed events that promote solidarity and healing and highlight local resources for pandemic recovery to under-resourced and marginalized communities in San Joaquin County. The main requirements of this grant opportunity is to target under-resourced and marginalized communities in San Joaquin County, and also to highlight and make available local resources related to pandemic relief. And one of the requirements of this grant is that in the outreach, you must include 211 resources in your event, whether it be their materials or asking them to be on site. You can contact them and request their participation, and they'll let you know if they'd be able to attend, or if you can pick up resources and paperwork for you to share at your community event. And if there's any questions along the way, you're welcome to go ahead and put them in the chat or hold them till I break in a moment. Examples of eligible expenses for this grant are the following. This is not an exhaustive list. This includes rental, space fees, party equipment rentals, food and non-alcoholic beverages, performing artist fees, educational experiences, and goodie bags or swag, toys, etc. And we are allowing 10% of the grant to be used for your organization's administrative fees. The eligibility requirements, which must be all met in order to apply for this grant, include, first of all, that your organization is a 501c3 registered with the IRS and in good standing. Your primary offices must be located in San Joaquin County, and your organization must serve the residents of San Joaquin County as well. For this particular opportunity, we're requiring that the main offices be in San Joaquin County in addition to serving the county. Also, we are accepting one application per nonprofit organization. If you are fiscally sponsored, then that organization that fiscally sponsors your nonprofit will actually be only allowed one application as well. And we'll be asking for a short report after the performance of your community event. And this includes the approximate number of individuals who attended your event, the pandemic relief resources that you made available at your event, and the summary of the event, how funds were spent, and we very much appreciate highlights and pictures from your event. And we're also asking that you keep receipts of all your grant-related expenditures for up to 3 years, for at least 3 years, in case of an audit. However, we will not be collecting those as part of our reporting. An overview of the timeline. The application opened on January 9th. Today's the webinar. We will have the webinar posted on our website for future review. And the applications will be due on February 3rd on our grants portal system at 5 p.m. The grant awards will be announced on or before February 28th. And funding will be made available within approximately 60 days from the approval notice. Grant funds must be expended within 6 months of receiving the grant. And with that, I'll go ahead and see if we have any questions so far. You can unmute yourself if you have any, if you'd like to share a question as well.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Richard Sanguinetti. I work with Peer Recovery Services, and our funding source is San Joaquin County Behavioral Health Services. So back to the idea that if you have did you call it a sponsor or was it a funding source? I don't recall which way you said it, but if we were applying for this grant, would that preclude any other nonprofit that has a similar relationship with the Behavioral Health Services?
I don't think the Behavioral Health Services would be eligible. They need to be a 501c3 organization.
No, I mean, okay. That wasn't my question. I meant another nonprofit that works with Behavioral Health Services that receives funding from Behavioral Health Services. Could they also apply?
Oh, yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes, as long as they're a 501c3, yes, we're not looking at the funding source of the organizations.
Okay, I misunderstood the PowerPoint.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the fiscally sponsored is for nonprofits that are not necessarily 501c3, but they're under the umbrella of another 501c3 organization that tracks their finances.
Okay, that makes sense. I got it now. Thank you for that clarification.
Sure. Thank you, Richard.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Hatton. I am from Boulder Bridges Incorporated. I'm the founder of that. And I just wanted clarification. When you mentioned 211, you said that they must be present or included or the material must be available. I am not familiar. How would I go up on reaching out to them in the event that I am afforded this grant? What numbers are available for me to reach out to them?
Sure. So you can actually call the 211 main line just by dialing 211, and you can let them know that you're having an event and you'd like to have their resources available, whether that means that they can send somebody on site to share those resources, or if they can't, if you can pick up flyers and so forth from them,
Okay.
or have them sent to you in order to provide at your event.
Okay. Okay. And how will, in the event that they're not able to be present physically, how will you all know that I did pick up the materials and have them readily available? I just reported when I sent in my report, or?
Yes, that's right. That's correct. We reported, and since we do ask for pictures and any other information, you can definitely also take pictures of what you provided, although we're not, specifying exactly what we need pictures for.
Okay, thank you, George.
Sure. I'm going to go to the chat. Pat Tyrone is asking if we could stagger the awards, so we can do some later in the year. At this time, we're looking at having all the funds spent within 6 months. If anything changes, we'll definitely let everybody know.
Hello, this is Richard Tevis from Hospice of San Joaquin. George, you mentioned in the PowerPoint performing artist fees. We do a program for grieving children called Camp Caterpillar, and we usually pay a music therapist to come and lead one of the workshops for the kids. Would that fit under that category of performing artist fees?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sure. And I have a question from Family Resources Referral Center. Can a 501c3 act as a fiscal agent for a program and apply separately for its own program? Unfortunately not. It would have to be one or the other for that. And another question, can you give an examples of pandemic services to be provided? My organization focuses on education programming for Black students. We really left this open for each organization to evaluate which resources would be best for the target population. So I can provide some maybe suggestions by email if you email me, but we are leaving this wide open for organizations to be selective as far as what resources, whether they be public resources or resources from other nonprofits made available. So it's really flexible in that sense, but please feel free to email me after the presentation for some other ideas. And I think in our application, I believe we'll go over shortly, there is some other suggestions as well. Yes, Elaine, you can. You're welcome to have a copy of the PowerPoint. If you could please email me, and I'll have my email up in a little bit. I can definitely send you or anybody who would like a copy of the PowerPoint as well. Thank you. Do I have any other questions that I might have missed? Thank you. Debbie asked if this is for all residents, not just youth. Yes, it is open. Your organization can target all residents for your event. The idea is that youth would be benefited from many of these projects, but that is not one of our requirements. And thank you for sending emails. Okay, great. We'll go ahead and move on to the application. Now, in order to access our online portal, you can actually, there's a couple different ways. You can click on the links that were provided in the email. That'll take you to the web page for our application. There's a button on there that says apply today. I provided the links on these on the PowerPoint if that's more convenient. If you've also applied with us before, you can also go straight to our grant grant interface. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate now the rest of the process for creating an account and applying. And I did have a question, if you could be a standalone event, or if your organization could provide a booth at an umbrella event. Yes, that is definitely allowable. You could participate in another event, or you could partner with other nonprofits and have a combined event. And when you click on the Apply Now button on our website, on the web page for the program, you'll be taken to our grants portal. If you haven't applied with a grant with us, you can click on Create New Account here. If you have, you can use your same login and password. Of course, if you forgot your password, there's also a button to reset that as well. And when you log in, you'll see your application dashboard. What you'll want to do is click on the top left, Apply, and you'll see the Community Grant Fund description, and you're going to click on the blue Apply button to access the application. And there's an overview of the same information that was provided and the guidelines. As a reminder, and the timeline, we'll be asking for your organization name, your organization's EIN number. We're asking for the total budget of your organization. And we're also asking for the location of your event. You can select one of these cities. If you have another jurisdiction or town, you can also mark other and describe it in this text box here. We're also asking for the proposed date of your event. If the event is changed, you're welcome to change it as long as it's within the 6-month period, and you do not need to contact us to notify us as far as the change event. So if you're not sure as far as exactly when you would have your date, you're welcome to put your best estimation in this box here. And we're also asking what populations your event would primarily serve. As far as race, you can select multiple. You can also select all, or you can also select all and or other. And if you select other, please describe it in this text box here. And then within the population your event serves, we're also asking which of the following groups you may be focused on, as far as youth, mothers, seniors, etc. You may also select multiple for this one as well, all groups or other. And then we have another other question. And each organization may have a particular target population that they're looking to reach, that's better described in a sentence format. So you're welcome. We're asking you to please describe in your best words who your target population is for your event. And we're also asking if you are requesting the full $3,000, which is the maximum amount, or less than 3,000. And if it's less than 3,000, you may put the amount here. And just a reminder, we have $450,000 available. So we're looking to make $150,000 individual grants through this program. We're also asking how you plan to use the funds within the categories that we provided. So best of your abilities, select the ones that are here, and also select if you are planning on using up to 10% of your grant on the administration fees. And here's where I mentioned you may select what resources you're planning on providing at your event. 211 is required, so this box must be checked in order to be eligible, and they must be their information must be provided. You're also welcome to select any of these others. This is not an exhaustive list, so you may also select other and then describe what those resources are in the following box. We'd also like to know if you are planning on partnering with any organizations in the event. So if you're part of a bigger umbrella event, you can list those organizations, or if you're partnering with another nonprofit or multiple, you can list them here. If you are partnering with other nonprofits, just to clarify, you may each apply for the $3,000 grant towards that event. And lastly, we are asking to check that all the information is true, that you're aware of the reporting requirements, and that you agree that you'll provide the 211 information and that you'll contact them to participate in the event. And lastly, you may save your application if if you want to come back to it to submit it, or you may go ahead and submit your application by hitting the blue button to submit, and you'll also receive a confirmation email so you're certain that we actually received your application. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions. So we have a question about what are examples of administrative fees?
Yeah.
This could be anything that supports your organization. So anything towards your organizational operating budget, essentially. You could put, it can go towards, staff time, rent, utilities, any cost that you incur to operate your nonprofit.
And that would include event help.
I'm sorry?
Would that also include, George, if we needed to get additional hands to help us set up for the event? Are we able to utilize it toward that or no?
You can use that, but since that's like a cost of the event and not, if it's outside people that are outside of your paid staff, for example, you can use those funds and that would not count as your administration fee. So if you're looking to hire or pay people to help at the event, you're not limited to that 10%.
Okay.
So the administration fee is essentially to go towards supporting the operation of your nonprofit.
Okay, got it.
Question from Brenda Renee. We offer mental health services to San Joaquin community members. Would having a specialized trainer fall within the scope of educational experiences? Absolutely, that is a great example. I'll just give a few more moments if there's any other questions. And we break this up over multiple events, or does it have to be a single one? That's a good question. I believe it's one. I'm gonna ask Louis Ponick, our Director of Donor Relations, if he can chime in and on this one as well. Louis? Oh,
George, it looks like he left the group.
okay. Thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
Edward, if you don't mind emailing me and I can get you a definitive answer, but I'm pretty sure it's limited to one event. I'll definitely get you the answer on that, Edward, as far as multiple events. I don't think we anticipated this question. If anybody else is interested in holding it over multiple events, please email me or call me as well. Thank you, thank you. Okay, any other questions about the program or application? Awesome, so I'll go ahead and share my contact information now. Here's my contact information. Feel free to reach out anytime by email or phone with any other questions regarding this. I can also help with any technical issues with accessing our online portal or ensuring your application submitted. And with that, I appreciate everybody's attendance and eagerness to provide services to the community. We're very excited to see all the various and creative events that are going to be made available throughout San Joaquin County. And with that, I'd like to thank you all so much and have a great afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
George, it looks like there was a response in the chat regarding what Louis might have wanted to add.
Okay. Okay, I do have a response for the events. It is just one event or opportunity, not multiple.
Yeah,
Perfect.
George,
Thank
this is Pat. Yeah, Louis just said he's trying to speak, but apparently not working. So I
Oh,
just,
got it.
me bringing the words in.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Aurora. Thanks all.
This is really exciting. I put it in the chat. I just think the potential, it's such a unique idea and the potential is immense. So thank you very much to everybody involved in putting this out to us. And I appreciate the explanation. I really didn't understand it, and now it's much better and I see the value. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye all. Thank you so much.